Buenas noches, días, tardes, de la hora que estén escuchando esto. Este es su podcast Hora Spooky, yo soy el Huicho.
El Yamchu.
Carla.
Y aquí tenemos otra edición de Hora Spooky. Ay, güey, no lo puse en silencio. Hagan de cuenta que eso no pasó. Bueno, hoy en la noche les traemos un tema que está un poco fuera de lo que es paranormal, pero sigue siendo... Me imagino que para algunos algo de miedo. ¿De qué vamos a hablar hoy, Alex?
Hoy vamos a hablar de los extraterrestres, aliens, UFOs.
¿De Wisin y Yandel? Ah, no.
Wisin y Yandel.
Ponte serio, güey.
Diwa.
Ese es Daddy Yankee, puñetas.
Ya.
Cabrón. No hay seriedad aquí. No, en serio vamos a estar hablando de los Ocnis el día de hoy. Al chile no es un tema que traiga bien preparado, que digamos que, ay, güey, no, sí, lo estuve estudiando toda la semana, porque es que es muy cabrón encontrar cosas de ovnis. Lo único que encontré son testimonios de gente que dice, por ejemplo, yeah, me and my brother, we were outside in my roof, and then we saw this thing that was like a shooting star, and then it wasn't. It was a UFO, bro. Believe me. Like, that's like every other story.
Or they've just been proven that it's not.
Yeah, exactly. Like, did y'all catch the eclipse?
What eclipse?
What eclipse?
You don't know about the eclipse that happened like 2 days ago?
No.
There was a lunar eclipse. The moon was all red.
Wow.
A blood moon.
Let me show you something real quick. Talk, Alex.
And what we chose about to show us, we're gonna have it in our Instagram.
A real live alien.
A real life alien.
No, we're not. Stop telling him that.
the autopsy of an alien that we found on the internet. Que Wicho found. So
that he conducted the
search.
Autopsy, yeah.
He went and did the autopsy. Su nombre real es José Juárez. Por si alguien lo quiere encontrar. Oh, it looks badass.
Really cool.
I saw it, but I just thought the moon was I thought the moon was just something else.
Yeah, because the moon just turns red out of nowhere.
No, it's because I've seen like the moon. Well, not the moon. Yeah, the moon's turned orange before. At least what I think is orange.
Oh, like yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You need to stop watching Naruto, buddy.
Especially when it gets like super big.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about? Yeah.
Que la luna se pone grandota y es redondota como una pelota.
The fuck?
But no, it's because look, there's some pictures that some people claim that there was a bunch of UFO sightings that day, which was May 15th. There was an eclipse on May 15th. Let me see if I can find. One of my favorite freestylers actually had a picture of it, but I don't know if they posted or he just shared it on his story. Yeah, no, he just shared it on his story. I'm definitely not gonna see it now.
Oh no, yeah, esa madre se ve.
And I'm looking on Google, but like, nah, there's nothing. Yeah, cause like out of recent, I don't know about you guys, but there's been a lot of like more recent UFO sightings like everywhere. You know, like from the beginning of this. No, actually from like late 2021 into early 2022. Like there's been a bunch, like the Pentagon acknowledging that there's like an unidentified flying object.
They put out a statement, didn't they?
Yeah, they put out a statement.
That's all I found when I was doing research, just the Pentagon and anything of the U.S. government talking about like UFOs and all.
There was a video that I literally just seen yesterday of like it was somewhere in Antarctica where of course it's all ice, it's all snow, so everything is white. And then they had a satellite image and they zoomed into it and it was just like this gray thing, like a disc kind of sticking out from the snow. And you can actually see it on the satellite pictures. I just don't know what to look up.
Yeah, it's because aliens, UFOs, and all that. I mean, there's no way, right? It doesn't exist. Like if you like know anything about like our solar system and shit, and it's like we're literally a small speck in this gigantic galaxy, dude. Like there's no way that of all those planets, it's only us chilling up in here making podcasts and shit.
And out of all the galaxies that are in the
Yeah, exactly.
in space.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like in some other galaxy, and some dudes are doing a podcast about like if there's life on Earth and shit. Like
If there's humans.
They're
yeah,
probably
well,
like,
it's because
they're probably like, man, vato, esos güeyes que viven en la Tierra 25-3 Y XL saliva la
esa es una pastilla, güey. Nomás te faltó el 3.
El 3. Esos güeyes no existen. No digas mamadas, Pablo.
Sí. Yeah, no, actually, it's funny because if they had a super telescope that could see into our Earth, they wouldn't see us.
Oh,
They would see dinosaurs.
Oh, yeah.
Possibly dinosaurs,
Yeah.
Or the moment the astronauts like, hey, ese planeta, güey, le va a caer una roca.
A ellos ya le cargaron la
Ya se los llevó la verga.
Se los llevó.
You imagine?
I know, right?
You imagine what that's like? Like, hey, yo, bro, don't look now, but planet X3527 on solar system B is about to get. They have this planet's about to get hit by another big ass rock. Nah, bro, let me check it out. Hell no.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, like I acknowledge. Okay, look, I don't know. It's because the only extraterrestrial thing I've ever encountered was way back when in Mexico. Me and my friends just chilling out on a starry night, and then we just see like this thing floating above us, like at a super high speed. And it's like, okay, bro, like this obviously has to be a plane.
Yeah.
But it's like, I mean, come on, bro, it's Mexico. There's not a lot of planes.
Mm-hmm. That is true.
Especially que digas like a while back too.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's always been like the airports in Mexico and shit, right? But they don't have so much heavy traffic.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I got though, like I can talk about ghosts, demons for days, because a lot of stuff has happened to me and I'm very knowledgeable in it. But as far as like aliens and stuff like that, I'm really empty and just like have a bunch of like tales. It's because the thing is like, okay, if I'm telling you a ghost story, if we all have a ghost story, it's all gonna go different. It's like, oh, I saw this thing in my house and my grandma told me, and then you have a backstory.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, oh, I saw this, but like it only did this and this. And then my story's gonna be different.
Mm-hmm.
And every UFO story is about the same. Like, nah, bro, me and X people were looking up at the sky and then we saw something move really, really fast and we thought it was a UFO.
Yeah.
That's true. It's basically how it goes all the time, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's because that's like every UFO sighting ever.
And then with the potato quality on their videos.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Like, you would think, like, you can take a picture of, like, something and it looks so clear. We have these professional cameras that take some HD pictures. But when it's time to get pictures of, like, Sasquatch, of a ghost, UFOs, aliens, whatever, it's always this blurry bullshit,
Yeah. And then they're always moving, like...
Yeah, exactly, bro. Like, you could tell, like, even security cameras from stores that are trying to catch somebody that killed somebody aren't that bad,
That's true.
Yeah, like, I can't believe we live in a day and age where, like, security footage is not accurate, Like, you look at a security footage, you're like, damn, bro, what is this, a 2002 crime movie? Like, Jesus. Oh, man.
There's this one time, I don't know where I was going, but I was with Salma. We were in the car. And then we were driving towards Dallas. And clear sky. No cloud. And over there by Dallas, yeah, there's the really big airport, whatever. And so we kind of thought they were planes, but the thing is they were all lined up in just like a straight line. And they were like bright shining lights. Some of them would like get bigger. And as like one or two would get bigger, the other ones would get smaller. And so, me and Salma were just, we didn't even know what to think. Like, we didn't even think at that time, like, oh, take out your camera, record it, or take a picture. Like, it just didn't pop up in our head. And so the whole time, like, we were just, like, fixated on that, and they weren't moving. They were just there. They weren't getting bigger. They weren't getting smaller. Just, like, the size of the light, but it didn't look like they were moving. Until we had made a turn. We could still see it from, like, the side, because now we were just, like, parallel to it instead of going towards it. And me and Salma, we turned around for a second to look forward, and as we looked back, they were gone.
Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
Dun, dun.
Nah, hell no. Well, it's because, like, for me, alright, for me at least, right? There's a bunch of, like, especially farmer people, like people, not farmer people, farmers. Like, farmers, like, have these crop circles and stuff. But, like, okay, look, I know, like, there's a counter theory for everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, people that swear they saw ghosts or, like, possessions. It's like, oh no, these people are sick, you know?
Yeah.
Most people will call demonic possessed people like schizophrenics or just epilepsy attacks, you know? And for ghosts, it's like, oh, bro, there has to be an explanation. There's either, like, I don't know, some negative energy or, like, just something in the air made you think, or your brain made you think you're seeing these things.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I mean, and for these farmers, it's like, okay, no, bro, these people make the crop circles so that their farm gets attention.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe you hear about this farm, you come to investigate the story, and then you end up taking, I don't know, a box of watermelons or something like that, you know?
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's true.
Attract the tourists or whatnot, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But I mean,
that
in
makes
reality, nobody knows, like, exactly except, like, the people that have been through it, you know? Like, there's people that claim they've been abducted. People that claim to have seen them. Like, it's because there's the inconsistency, you know? Some people say, like, okay, you saw an alien. What is it like? And then they tell you it's green, has a big head, 2 big black eyes, and a small mouth, large hands, large feet. And it's like, yeah, okay, bro.
It's like every
That's
alien.
that's literally every alien ever.
Yeah.
And then you get other people's like, nah, bro, they have heads like, I don't know if you guys ever seen Dragon Ball. There's this character named Frieza that has a transformation where his head goes like back. And there's black people's like, oh no, they're like crawling and like walking on like hind legs and stuff, you know?
Isn't that the xenomorph from Aliens? Like that, no?
I think, yeah, they kind of, they have the head like the Frieza in that form. He has the head of like those aliens in Aliens versus Predator. You know, and that's another type of alien. Like, the Predator is an alien.
Yeah.
You see him, he's a humanoid with, like, tentacle-type hair. And then you see the aliens that are, like, they look like reptiles, you know?
Yeah, that's you.
Like, they have, like, long, pointy, like, tongues, claws for hands. You know, and they're supposed to be very intelligent. In the movie, Independence Day with Will Smith, there are these things with huge heads with tentacles on the neck, you know?
Oh, I haven't seen Independence Day in a while, so I have to go back and watch
I love that movie, bro. I watch that movie at least every 2 months. Like right now, after the podcast, if I'm like streaming through HBO or like Netflix or whatever, and I'm trying to find a movie and I run into Independence Day, chances are I'm gonna watch it.
You look at your phone,
Bro,
like,
it's because just look
it's
at the
been 2
cast.
months.
Just look at the cast.
Will Smith,
and Jeff Goldblum.
Oh yeah, he is in that movie. I forgot about that. Yeah.
And he's not like scrawny Jeff Goldblum from like Jurassic Park. He's pretty buff, but he's a nerd, which is kind of weird.
He's a nerd in every movie, you know.
Not really. I mean, in Jurassic Park, he's a scientist, you know.
Nerd.
But he doesn't have a nerdy look.
Oh no.
You know, because he has his little button-up shirt unbuttoned all the way to like to his chest.
The
You know, he's got
leather
the
jacket.
skinny jeans, the leather jacket. You know, he's got that. Those girls in their 20s are obsessed over me look. You know.
So he's a nerd in style.
Yeah, and in Independence Day, he's like your cable man, you know. He's got this little Hawaii shirt going on, and little glasses, little curly hair going on, little Superman curly hair thing going on. You know, he's got his khakis. You know, they're not tight. You know, he just looks like your average Joe. You just know he's really smart because he's figuring out the alien codes and stuff. You know, so it's like,
Oh yeah.
So, since like there are different types of ghosts, there could be different types of aliens. Don't you
I
think?
agree.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, like the different galaxies, different planets, the things that they have to, you know, adapt to. There's some that could be reptiles. Maybe it's something that's like more of an arid, dry desert kind of planet, or like the other ones that are maybe taller, skinnier, maybe less air and things like that. So that's maybe why there's inconsistencies. Maybe some people just aren't like taking that into consideration. But I mean, like how we just said in the beginning, we're like one planet in this universe that has billions of planets.
Exactly, dude.
In just one universe. And there are like millions of universes. multiverses.
And we don't even know if they exist.
Galaxies. Yeah.
Oh, and not to mention, what's it called? Like,
God, if you say the multiverse, I'm gonna throw this water bottle at you.
dimensions.
Mm.
I mean, either way, the multiverse could be real. I just watched Doctor Strange too, so I mean,
there's no reason to believe it can exist. You know what's so beautiful about our planet, bro? Like our Earth and like our reality is that if you think about it, nothing is really out of the book, you know? But you know what's crazy? Imagine a human flying, like in our planet. You're like thinking, like, no fucking way. Then why can there be life in other planets, but I can't fly?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's true.
You know, like how far can you let your imagination fly before you're like thinking, okay, you know, I'm tripping, you know, like I can't be thinking this, you know, because like a lot of people say with the aliens, like, yeah, bro, like some X guy says it looks like this, Y guy says it looks like this, V guy says it looks like this, and it's like, bro, have you ever seen us? You know, some of us are very dark, some of us are not dark, some of us are very tall, very short, very skinny, very fat, very strong. You know, we have different genders.
Mm-hmm.
You know, male, female, and the whole other ones that exist. I mean, I don't know. You think aliens have that?
Yeah. You think they're like right now where they're like, there's 22 different kinds of genders.
No, I mean, you say it playing around, but like if they exist, you know, they have to have a civilization.
Oh yeah, of course.
Even if it's in their own ship, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And they might not even like consider themselves male, female. Or
Exactly,
Yeah.
bro. Exactly. Because like look at dogs for example, right? You see a dog is a female or a male, right? I don't think that in between dogs that they argue like, hey, bro, like I'm a dog, but like I
feel like a human.
Yeah, I identify as a cat, you know, like or something like that, you know.
Yeah.
Like I feel like dogs, since they're just animals that are very smart, they just like live on their instinct. Like, okay, you know, I'm a male, I'm in heat, I'm looking for a female.
Mm-hmm.
A female's like, okay, I'm in heat, I need a male. Sometimes I think between dogs, male and male, I've seen it happen before.
Mm-hmm.
So you know they don't discriminate, bro. It just goes to wonder, like,
Lo que caiga.
yeah, like I wonder if aliens are like that, you know, like I wonder if they're like very like lo que caiga, because like even like amongst us, there's like classes, you know.
Oh, yeah.
There's poor, there's well, I mean, I think it's poor, mid, and rich, you know. And I'm pretty sure there's like a whole bunch of like sub levels to that.
Oh, yeah.
But for me, it's like poor, mid, rich, right? Like you never see poor people with rich people. You see more mid going either way, depending on like the way the people on the top or the bottom are, you know. It's like kind of like a hierarchy. I wonder if aliens have like a hierarchy.
Like there's like just an elite group of
like aliens, you know, like the first ones or something like that, you know. Because we have a president, you know. But like when you're a kid, you think of the president and you're like, oh, the most powerful man in the United States.
Yeah.
Then you grow up and you're like, no, he's not. He's just the voice of the people in the Senate.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's just somebody's gonna add in their Twitter and be like, I hate you. You know?
He's not even, the president wouldn't even be considered like the top of the top, right? Because
yeah, exactly.
A bunch of shit has to go through Congress.
Yeah, but like, I mean, there's some things that he has a direct like influence on, but it's like at the same time, it's like Congress is like, well, okay, sure, let's do this. Go tell the people we're gonna do this. You know, like he's like a puppet.
Illuminati's real.
I wouldn't put it behind us.
Is this a simulation?
Could be. I mean, who's not to say that the aliens are like at the top of the Illuminati?
Oh shit.
Yeah, because
yeah.
I don't know how to say it in English, but have you ever heard of the term reptilianos?
Reptilians?
I mean, that could have been wrong, bro. I don't know.
Yeah, reptilians.
Well, you know, Mark Zuckerberg.
Oh, I've seen that shit.
Yeah.
You saw that picture that he took like with all his like people in the back? That looked kind of weird and creepy.
I mean, you never know, bro. Maybe he knows this and he's just doing it on purpose. I like to think that like all these celebrities that are like accused of like weird shit like him, like I'm pretty sure he knows, dude. It's like, okay, like he probably tells his group of friends like, hey, yo, You know what would be funny as hell? If we take a picture and we all make like the stateless faces so people can keep on with the idea that like I'm like some type of alien. Y'all down? Yeah, sure. Alright, pose. Serious face. Selfie. Let's upload it, bro. And let's just laugh at these tweets later. And they don't even have to wait. He's a celebrity, bro. He'll have millions of tweets between like 5 minutes.
Luego llega a su casa y se quita la máscara.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying, dude.
Gets
like,
home and takes out his fucking mask.
Exactly, dude. Exactly. Like,
these fucking guys actually think I'm a person.
bozos, honey, I'm home.
For another fucking.
You want to go chill on a rock in the sun for a while? You imagine, bro? Like, have you guys ever seen the movie Sathura?
Oh, I love that movie.
It's like Jumanji, but in space.
Yeah, it's really good.
I don't think it's on any streaming platform right now, but I really recommend you watch it.
It was on. I think it's on Netflix because I saw it on Netflix last time.
Yeah, if you can't get it, I recommend you rent it for $3.99 from YouTube. It's a really good movie. Kristen Stewart's in that movie.
And Dax Shepard.
I don't know who that is.
Dax Shepard?
Who's that?
Oh, fuck. He hasn't came out in any new movies because he's kind of stopped acting.
But is he one of the kids?
He's the one that plays the older version of the
kid. This one.
Oh yeah, him. Yeah, he's a grown. He's a older version. Don't spoil it. Carla might want to watch the movie.
Sathura. Oh, Sathura. No, I have seen this movie.
It's the older version of it.
Yeah. If you look, they have this. They have this aliens called I think it's Zorgons.
Zorgons, yeah.
And they're lizard people. You know, they're like reptiles, like reptile aliens. If you've seen them, they kind of look like big-headed velociraptors.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, look, there you go.
Like that, yeah. You know what I like to think? I'm about to say something stupid.
Hey, bro. We're talking about aliens and like Mark Zuckerberg making fun of us for taking a selfie, bro. It just doesn't get weirder.
You know, like Power Rangers?
Uh-huh.
Like how I would like to believe that like Zordon could be real. Because it makes sense. It's aliens.
All right, bro. Before I say anything, I want to hear why you think he might exist.
Because in some way,
okay,
he could find 5
teenagers with attitude.
5 teenagers with attitude.
Color preferences.
With color preferences.
Mm-hmm.
And throw the morphers down to earth.
Okay.
Have a big ass base.
Okay.
That's real.
All right.
And then Alpha 5 chilling right there.
All right. And, you know, I always thought it was funny how he would go like ay 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 ay, and his head is like this big saucer, and it kind of resembles like a hat. You know, like a
mariachi.
Like un sombrero. I always thought that was funny, kind of racist. I don't know if I was just reaching or if I'm onto something here. I don't know.
Probably reaching because I never thought about it.
I mean, bro, look. I'm about to say something very racist, but it's not something I think. It's something that's there.
Okay, yes. Yeah.
The Black Ranger is what?
The Black Ranger.
And he's the black guy. The Yellow Ranger is an Asian chick.
Mm-hmm.
The Pink Ranger is this pretty cheerleader chick. Our main guy is a Red Ranger.
Okay. You're talking about the show, right?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. I was about to bring up the movie.
I've never seen it.
Because in the movie, it's the Yellow Ranger is black, and the Black Ranger is Asian.
Of course. Why not?
Gotta switch it around.
Yeah.
And then I think the rest blue Ranger is white, Red Ranger is white.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Pink Ranger is white.
All the main ones
the
are white.
White Ranger is white.
Yeah, of course they are.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that's just how it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's no point in being mad about it. You know, I've never understand why people complain about that.
What?
You know, like, oh no, my lead has to be a strong woman that's gay, bi. She has to be a single mom that doesn't need a man. And she needs to be able to be strong. and independent, and no men in the movie, just women. Oh, and she also needs to be black. And it's like, why does she need to be all that? You know, it's a movie. You're reaching. Calm down. Like, have you seen the new Star Wars movies?
I didn't see the last Skywalker.
Okay, but you know of the new ones.
But I know of the new ones.
Of Rey.
Yeah, I know of Rey.
I hate her.
Why?
She doesn't exist.
Yeah, she doesn't.
They made her up. Why? Because they needed a strong female lead.
She's supposed to be like a Skywalker.
Yeah, she's supposed to be a Skywalker, but she's in reality, she's a Palpatine.
Is she?
Yeah, she's a Palpatine.
Shit.
You know, but it makes the plot of the movie more dramatic if she's a Skywalker.
Oh, it makes sense because they did try to get her to go to the dark side in the...
Yeah, but hear me out.
Jedi?
Hear me out. A lot of movies... This is when we were entering, like, cancel culture. You know, when cancel culture was becoming really, really strong. People were complaining. It's like, okay, why Han Solo? Why Luke? Like, hello. Princess Leia was the head of the rebels. You know, like, she era doña Riata Leia, you know? So we had a strong female lead. But the thing is that they made this chick, like, really, really strong. To a point where she could beat Jedis that were very, very... Like, Sith Lords that were very, very strong. She could pilot a ship she's never flown before. And, like, it doesn't bother me because, like, okay, dude, it's a movie. She's the main character. Of course she's going to know how to do all this shit. But, like, the fact that they made up a character just to please the audience was, like, ugh, you know? I've seen, like, Star Wars comics, movies, and it's like, this character doesn't exist, you know? She could have literally been any other character. There was other characters to, like, capitalize on.
You know who would have been a cool character to have put in the movie?
Who?
I don't know her name, but she was in. They just put her in The Mandalorian. I think season 2. The one.
Ahsoka?
Yeah, there you go, Ahsoka.
Oh, yeah, Ahsoka's a badass.
Because she like in Clone Wars, she was apprentice of.
Exactly,
Anakin.
bro. Yeah, exactly. Ahsoka's really strong. So, like, all I'm saying is like it's just something that's been bugging me for a while because like they're being inclusive by force to a point where it's kind of like not ruining the movie, but it's like you didn't have to do that. Like, it's very obvious why you're doing this.
Yeah.
But I want to blame that on aliens too, so that it kind of makes sense to the topic.
It makes sense to the topic.
Okay, how about we get on to the stories?
All right, we rambled on for too long. Look, I'm not even gonna say anything about the table anymore because I just know you're doing it on purpose.
See, wait. It'll be a merch one day.
That song always scared me.
Oh, we can't do that because it's that's something Franco says in the show.
No.
No le pegues a la mesa. Yeah, he has a little sign. Si miras un capítulo de la mesa reñoña, look at the table and he has this little like you know where you would say like Dr. X or whatever. It says no le pegues a la mesa. That's where I got it from.
Damn it, Franco.
I'm not that original, dude. Calm down.
Do you guys remember that? Y'all watched The Simpsons, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one episode where Mr. Burns was like an alien or something?
Is it one of the Treehouse of Horrors? Or?
I think so.
Oh, that might be.
Damn, I really didn't watch those. I was a kid when those came out, and those kind of creeped me out.
Yeah, that one especially because like there was a song that they played, like an alien song, and since then I can't listen to that song because it's so scary.
Are you serious?
You should look it up.
Look it up. Hey, our Instagram is Laura Spooky with the Y at the end, right?
Might be. Did you log out?
Oh, it's because I got a new phone, so I don't have a... Yeah, I got the new iPhone.
¿Tienes el iPhone 17?
Shut the hell up, dude.
Yeah, with a Y.
There's a Y at the end.
Okay. Account.
From The Simpsons. Chinga tu madre. YouTuber.
How did I have 2 accounts open on my Instagram last time? I don't remember how I did that.
You gotta... I don't know. I forgot how to do it, though.
Ew, it's this one.
You found it?
Yeah.
There it is.
I always found it creepy. I hate it.
I'm so sorry I doubted you. I bring you love. Is that for love between a man and a woman?
What the hell?
I hated that episode so much because of that.
Oh, that little song?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like an actual song. Isn't that song from the X-Files?
Yeah,
It
Yeah.
is, right?
I
It's just
hate it.
like a higher pitch or something?
Mm-hmm.
Are you logged into Little Spooky?
See, wait.
All right, you need to record a story because I don't know how to do it. I'll have to figure it out later.
Ahora pues.
That little thing is growing on me.
I got used to it too.
But all right, let's get into the topic at hand because
Let's get into it.
yeah, that was a good opener though. We rambled
Yeah.
up for a lot of shit, a lot of time. Like, I'm sorry the show isn't as professional as you guys would be, but you know we just don't know.
We're genuine. That's
Yeah,
we're
exactly.
genuine. No cuts, no edits.
Makes it authentic.
And it's not because we don't know how to edit. It's just because...
Oh yeah.
No, yeah, obviously
We're
not.
skilled. What do you mean?
Yeah. All right, let's see.
Okay. Who wants to start off first? Okay.
Sorry.
So, first one I have is from the, of course, Reddit.
I did not even think about Reddit.
Are you serious?
No way,
That's
I
the
didn't
first
think
thing
about
I
it.
thought of. Okay, so I would credit the user, but their account was deleted. So, my mom tells a story of her and her friend. Let's call her friend Lisa. When my mom and Lisa were teenagers, they were up on the roof of Lisa's house, and they see a bright light in the sky. Next thing they know, the light is gone. The thing is, they think they've been on the roof for like 15 minutes, but something like 3 hours passed. The mom doesn't remember anything about what happened during that time, and Lisa simply refused to talk about it. She would answer her mom with things like, I don't know, and just drop it for a really long time. A couple of months later, the mom moves away and loses contact with a friend for about 10 years. She finally meets up with her again and immediately notices that something is odd about her. She appears to be distant and with a very dreamy demeanor, like she was really happy and at peace for no good reason. After they talk for a bit, Lisa brings up the incident on the roof. The mom says she still doesn't really remember anything about it, but Lisa remembers. She remembers everything. She said that at first, it was all in bits and pieces, and she couldn't remember any of it clearly. She was confused and scared and wanted to avoid discussing it. Then, as time passed, she began to remember more of it. She remembers it all clearly, and she remembers the other 3 times she was abducted after that clearly as well. At first, they paralyzed her somehow and did all sorts of invasive experiments on her. But by the most recent time, they stopped probing her and began to talk with her. They didn't speak English or any other human language, but she could understand everything they said, even though she can't speak their language herself. Apparently, they told her all sorts of things, stuff about space, Earth itself, and most shockingly, predicted years beforehand that she would get pregnant in a specific year, and it would also be a stillborn, and that she would never be able to have children again. They also told her that it was not her fault, and they even made an attempt to save her from this fate, but they were unsuccessful. They also told her that they had abducted her mother another time after that incident, and the mom says that she has no recollection of any other potential abductions. But she does have reoccurring nightmares of being abducted, but she's almost sure that they're just nightmares. Anyways, Lisa tells the mom that every time she speaks with them, she comes to understand the truth more and more. When the mom inquires what the truth really is, Lisa just says that you will know eventually. And she says that once she learned of the truth, then everything became wonderful. The mom has seen her a few more times over the years, and she apparently has a pretty normal life and doesn't, obsess over alien stuff. But she only ever brings it up in passing, not like it's a central part of her daily life.
Man, that must really mess you up.
Mm-hmm.
For real.
I mean, who do you talk to, about it, you know?
Like, who wouldn't call you crazy?
Exactly.
True, yeah.
I feel like the only person you could, go talk to is, maybe a psychiatrist or something.
Mm-hmm.
But, even then, the psychiatrist is like, okay, I have this... I mean, I'm pretty sure they don't say this, professionally. But maybe, in their own minds, oh, damn, another crazy patient talking about aliens.
Yeah.
Sure. you know, and like, since he's a professional, she's not gonna be like, okay, yeah, you're crazy, you know.
Mm-hmm.
True.
The thing that got me for that one was the fact that Lisa had supposedly said that they protected her stillborn child, and that she wouldn't have children after that, and which is what happened to her.
Maybe they wanted it that way.
Maybe.
Ah, oh shit.
But why? Alright. I got one too. Okay, so on the night of September. Oh, but this story is from Corinne Pertil, published in July 2nd, 2017. On the night of September 19th, 1961, Barney and Betty Hill were driving on a rural highway to their home in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. By all accounts, the Hills were an exemplary couple. He was a postman, she was a social worker, active in their community and all the civil rights movement, on an isolated road snaking through the White Mountains. The couple later recounted that they saw a bright object hovering over them as they were driving through a forest as they were arriving home at 5 a.m. The couple arrives home only to notice that the flying object is no longer following them. They don't discuss it, they just simply ignore it, and then they decide to have a lovely dinner and decide to go to bed. That night, Betty claims that she was hearing a lot of strange noises outside their house. When she walks out, she sees a bright light above her, and then claims to have woken up outside her house on the floor in a very strange fetal position. Her husband, being knocked out throughout the whole night, was a little surprised she wasn't there in the morning to receive him. So as he comes out, he sees her, finds her there, naked, and brings her inside the house. After trying to question her for a good 2 hours, she has no recollection of what happened to her that night. He then takes her to the doctor after he sees that her skin is a little more pale than usual. They study her. They deduce that she's very sober, no accidents, no attempt of rape or any rape attempt. Mm-hmm. And they just conclude that she could have maybe been sleepwalking. But her husband says that she's never done that before in their 15 years of marriage. Mm-hmm. And when she had taken a long nap, and when she woke up screaming, kicking about. When she realized she was no longer in danger, she kept saying, "I've been kidnapped by aliens. I've been kidnapped by aliens." She really believes that she was kidnapped by aliens. So all the doctors around there at this point start to think that she's a little delirious and possibly crazy. As they lived in a faraway shack somewhere inside the forest, they think maybe she got lost and couldn't find her way home and just got a little crazy. But it doesn't explain why she was naked or with no signs of being harmed. In this time, self-reported abductees stories were very, very popular amongst the city folks, amongst the town folk, and some created these stories just to attract news reporters and to some type of spotlight. But it's only after aliens started kidnapping people in movies and TVs that this began to happen. So a lot of people lost a lot of credibility. In the late 1950s, reports of flying saucers have surfaced all throughout 1950 and even the early 1940s, which inspired a lot of films coming up. The husband, now widowed, claims that he always believed his wife and the stories that she would tell about being abducted by aliens because she could describe them very, very well. He says he doesn't want to talk about it because it brings him terrible memories. He still has nightmares, but he believes his nightmares don't belong to him. He claims these nightmares are his own wives, that he's just seeing them from his angle. He's never the person being abducted. He's never the person being experimented on. He's always just a spectator with no body, with no feeling. He just knows he's watching. And every time he wakes is when he recovers his humanity and starts to feel sadness and sorrow for his wife as he's just standing there, watching her be opened up like she was trying to be in an autopsy, or if she was trying to be explored by aliens. One night, he also disappeared in the night, with no trace. Nothing. Not as much as a car that looked like it driven somewhere. No signs of murder. No reports of anybody seeing anything weird. And just like that, he was forgotten. Nobody's ever spoken to him again. I opened up this file recently because I remember this story, and I just wanted to share this with everybody here on Reddit, which is where I got my source. And all of you might not believe me, but after 10 long years, I don't do any reports anymore because I can't take the emotional toll it takes on my body. I just really wanted to share this story since a lot of this has gotten out to the public already and they have the wrong version of the story. Well, I'm here to tell you what I saw. I met with them a couple times and I cannot tell you. I met with their family members and I cannot tell you that they feel grief. I feel like they genuinely believe that they were crazy and they just disappeared into nowhere. Unfortunately, he disappeared without much of a trace. Nobody knows anything about him and don't know where he's at. Don't know his whereabouts. Some say that his family put him in a home where he passed away at a very, very, very okay, no, I don't know what that was. They put him in a home where he eventually just passed away from the sadness of people not going to visit him, his own family casting him aside. And I really believe this story. What about you guys? How do you feel about aliens? How do you feel about the trauma it causes some people? Because to you, it could be a crazy couple, but to them, it could be a hellish nightmare.
It's just sad. It's sad because, like, even if you don't really recall, your body holds on to so much stress that they would have put you through. So even if you don't, like, in your conscious, when you're awake, remember it. That's probably why she had so many nightmares. It was because unconsciously, she was just reliving it.
Yeah, and imagine him having to see that, in his dreams.
Exactly.
Or what if it wasn't dreams?
That's what I'm saying.
Like, what if in some weird way they found a way to, like, put him there without actually putting him there?
You never know.
It's crazy.
Ooh.
I want to apologize before you continue for reading that out very wrongly. It's just I don't know, some ads were popping up. I lost the track like 2 times. Sorry about that.
Alright, so I have a pretty famous one. It's the Roswell incident in New Mexico.
I've never heard of it.
Really?
No, but let me have it.
A lot. Alright, so... let's see. Alright, cool. So the Roswell incident happened around 1947. So apparently there was a wide... okay. Oh.
Thank you.
So there was I guess there was like a crazy amount of people saying like, oh, we've seen flying saucers. So where I'm getting my information from, it doesn't tell me specifically what date, but it says on Saturday night, July 5th, 1947, rancher W.W. Mack Brazel made a trip from his remote ranch to town in Corona, New Mexico. The ranch had no phone, no radio, leaving Brazel unaware of the flying saucer craze 10 days prior. As a result, it was not until Saturday night that Brazel connected debris he'd found 3 weeks earlier with the flying discs news that he'd been hearing about. The debris was tinfoil, rubber, and thin wooden beams, had been scattered across a square mile of the ranch. Brazel previously had gathered it and pushed it under some brush to dispose of it. When Brazel heard stories of silvery flying discs that Saturday night in Corona, he decided to gather up his prior find. On Sunday, July 6th, Brazel dug out the debris, and on Monday, 7th of July, he took it to the sheriff's office in Roswell. The sheriff called the Roswell Army Airfield. which they assigned the matter to Major Jesse Marcel. Brazel took the major back to the debris site, and the two gathered more pieces of rubber and tinfoil. Marcel took the material home on Monday night, and on Tuesday morning, July 8th, Marcel took the material to his base commander, Colonel William Blanchard. Blanchard reported the finding to General Roger Ramey at Fort Worth Airfield, and General Ramey ordered the material flown to Fort Worth. So basically, it was a time where a bunch of people were reporting flying saucers being seen. It wasn't until, I'm not sure when, but they said that it was a weather balloon that was blown down.
See, and like, just look at the stories. Something they all have in common.
Mm-hmm.
There's no proof. It's just, it's just believe me, bro.
Facts. Now,
What if people try to tell those stories to maybe hide the real ones? Not necessarily hide, but like take attention off of the ones that possibly could be real. Like, oh, a blimp that looks like a UFO. Could it be an alien? I don't know, but let it distract you from like maybe the other stories that are coming out.
I mean, that happens nowadays too,
Mm-hmm.
Like every time something is going on, like with our government or something behind the scenes, something always happens.
Mm-hmm, that is true.
Like, look at right now. We have the Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard case.
oh shit.
Yeah.
God knows what the government is doing behind our backs right now. Well, I'm not saying everybody, right? Because, I mean, some people don't like gossip, but, like, people who, like Johnny Depp or whatever, like, they know of the case,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying they follow it every day, but they know of it, They open TikTok, they see a clip. They open Instagram, there's a reel on it, We're distracted,
Yeah.
And, like, it happens a lot. Some things just happen to cover up other things.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, who's to say that it's not the same with these stories? It's like, oh, guys, don't worry. We've never had anything on radar. Just to, like, not provoke, like, a panic.
Exactly.
It's like when, in Mexico in 2012, when the Mayan calendar was ending, people took their lives, at these pyramids. People actually went and took their lives because they just didn't want to be a part of it. It's like, oh, the calendar's ending, the end of times, the apocalypse, whatever. I mean, at the end, it brought up a really good movie that I really enjoy.
I got really scared of it.
I mean, it's because it's scary, because it's like...
It could happen.
Like, it can happen, and, like, if it happens, you're just fucked. There's nothing you can do. How do you stop a tsunami? You don't. You just take it. How do you run from an earthquake? You don't. You just hope that the ground doesn't open under you and something doesn't fall on top of you. That's a lot of ifs.
And what's more scary about that is the... So what was it in the movie that is the earthquake? There was an earthquake, and that's what caused the Yellowstone supervolcano to open up, right? Yeah, that's what freaked me out.
I think it was a volcano first.
Was it
I think so.
the volcano first, and then the earthquake?
No,
I think,
no. It was the earthquake first.
Yeah,
because they take the plane from that spot. They go back to the volcano to get the information about the spaceships from that crazy dude in the trailer, in the RV.
Oh yeah.
So after, I mean, dude, if you think about, like, Yellowstone is a huge inactive volcano that if any day it just wakes up and it's like, damn, bro, I'm gonna explode today.
Yeah.
We're just so screwed. Like, this volcano is gonna cover the majority of the United States, and that volcano eruption is gonna cause tsunamis.
Yeah.
And those tsunamis are gonna cause earthquakes.
It's a ticking time bomb at this point.
Yeah, but, like, at the same time, it's like, we're people living here on Earth are at the mercy of Mother Nature.
Mm-hmm.
Like here in Texas, in North Texas at least, we don't have to worry about earthquakes. We don't have to worry about tsunamis. We have tornadoes to worry about.
Mm-hmm.
We live in a very arid area of Texas where it's like a tornado is so devastating because our land is so flat.
True.
We don't have mountains. We don't have shit. It's just
Flat.
land and land and flat land.
Like this. You know what? One thing I did find, I don't know because I was interested in it. So you know the hollow Earth theory from Godzilla.
Oh yeah.
So apparently, people actually researched it like a while back.
Well,
They actually researched it and said that there's an actual world under.
you think so?
I think not. Well, I want to believe so, but
I literally just saw this today that I don't know if it's true, but they have said that in China they discovered a sinkhole 600 feet deep with just forest.
Really?
oh yeah,
Yes.
I've heard it. I haven't. I don't think I've heard of that one, but I've heard of a different one.
Mm-hmm.
It's somewhere in the Middle East where it's like it's a sinkhole, but for some reason people would hear shit in there, so they would call it like the portal to hell.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently somebody, a group of like scientists were like, you know what, I'm gonna go down that hole, and our guy went down the hole and he just found like a fucking environment just flourishing, like of nature.
Well, have you heard of en español se llaman las fosas marianas, but the Marian Trenches?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you never know, bro. What if they like dive in there and just they get there and like it's like a point where you like dive out, and then like your world just flips around and then you're at a surface of somewhere,
Like in Pirates of the Caribbean.
like in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh shit. Or in One Piece.
Dude, I mean, just look at it this way, bro. Look at the ocean. How much of it is not
That's
explored?
true.
You know, how do we know that the megalodon is actually extinct? How do we know there's not like
Mermaids.
huge krakens, mermaids? You know, people have heard like the
The
sirens
lost
of
sirens.
mermaids.
There's a guy on I think I talked about it on the podcast before, but there's a guy on TikTok who's a fisherman, so he's like out there and shit, and like you know how he records all around, so he'll show you like, oh, there's literally no land to be seen. Like he'll point like a really strong flashlight towards the ocean, nada, like you can't even see where it ends. So he's been posting. I think his account got banned or deleted because he had he had a bunch of like videos of him talking to like a mermaid or a siren, because he would record it and so like there would be something singing to him. Like, and you know the myth of sirens is that they sing to fishermen to lead them towards them, and it'll eventually lead to their death.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what he recorded it like across a couple videos, and then there was a video where he was just messing around and he like threw a crab into the ocean, and they whatever threw it right back and like literally landed in the boat, and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, dude. I mean, to me, honestly, like out of the mysteries of the world, the ocean is a mystery that I'd rather not have solved.
Mm-hmm.
It's so scary, dude. Like water is just like, it looks so beautiful, but at the same time, it's like so scary. I mean, just like, it's because like we can go on and on about like the earth, like the mysteries of our earth, you know? Like, you know, a lot of people have the crazy theory that the earth isn't actually round, you know, that it's flat.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's no recordings of like the of the poles, of anybody going on the poles. Because if you go to the poles, what are you gonna find?
Nothing.
Nah, they're not gonna let you go through.
Yeah.
Hey, what you doing here, Bucko? This is a restricted area. Why is it restricted?
There's government bases on
Yeah.
both sides, right? Oh, I forgot about that shit.
Yeah, they're like, why don't they let us go to the poles? Supposedly, it's like, you know, the water is like cascading down. It's like, bro, how do you explain the gravity? You know?
Facts. There's another TikTok story, but there was this guy who was like trying to, I don't know what his name was, but there's a guy trying to prove that the earth is flat. So he goes up to like whenever he goes on a plane, he'll go up to the pilots and he'll ask them like, hey, when you're up at your designated altitude, is there curvature on the planet? And they're like, nah, it's just flat. Like literally, we're just going in a straight line. And he did that like across a bunch of pilots, and they all said the same thing, like no curvature, it's flat, no curvature, it's flat.
But why would there be curvature? You know, the gravity is what makes it that you don't see any curvature. You know, you're flying, right, across the globe. And like the distance between our airspace is so high that I don't think the plane can go straight and straight and straight until it eventually goes out of our like stratosphere. You know,
Yeah.
I feel like the gravity itself is like pushing the plane, which would cause it to not go straight and like just rotate around the Earth. You know, because like how do you like if you know if anybody one day got a clear, concise proof that the Earth is flat, what does that do for our galaxy?
Oh.
Are we not orbiting around the sun anymore? Because the sun doesn't orbit.
Mhm.
We
No,
orbit
we
around the
orbit
sun.
around the sun. Exactly.
What's of our solar system? What's of the galaxy? You know, all those theories. Where do they go? Dark holes, all that shit. What happens?
Black holes. I saw another thing on TikTok.
It's because, dude, like, there's so many things we can talk about, and we'd just never be done.
Yeah.
You know, like, is the Earth flat? The galaxies exist. You know, like, we can just keep going and going and going. Time travel, doppelgangers, etc. You know.
Ooh. Do you think doppelgangers exist?
Yeah, they exist. They definitely exist. But I mean, I just feel like doppelgangers are. It's like something strange, you know. It's like there's no way that all these people in the Earth, there's only one like you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, somebody has to look like you.
True.
I mean, your family looks like you, so
Somebody
who's to say that one of your ancestors didn't have a kid somewhere over there in Asia, and then there's a strand of your DNA that somebody just looks like you?
Shit, for real.
Yeah, it makes sense, honestly.
It does make
That's
sense.
not the craziest thing.
It's not.
But yeah, like, I mean, there's just so much, bro. Like, just think about like our like casual urban legends, the Loch Ness monster, Bigfoot,
The Jersey Devil.
yeah, the Sasquatch,
Mm-hmm.
a Yeti, you know, which is pretty much the same thing. You know, skinwalkers, werewolves, vampires. You know, it's just such a huge possibility all those things could exist, and we just don't know. We'll never know. You know.
Well, skinwalkers could exist. But we've talked about it.
Yeah, but it's like-
skinwalkers are like that witch you were talking. You guys were
Yeah,
talking
but it's
about.
like we have Carla's story in mind. We go to this story to somebody who's gonna believe us.
That's true. That's the same.
You know, it's just I feel like that's also like the beauty of our Earth. You know, like there's certain things that are absolutes. You know, but there's things that you can speculate about, things you can believe in, religion, ghosts, aliens. It makes your life a little more fun. You know, some people are very religious. You know, they don't do or think outside of what their church tells them to do. There's a lot of people, like I know people that is like, nah, bro, I haven't had sex. I'm waiting
Till I get married.
I'm waiting till I get married with the person that I get married to, and we're only gonna have sex just to create life, like not for pleasure. And like, okay, look, I know, like it's instinct. You know, you see a really cute or handsome guy, you see a very cute or pretty woman, and you automatically start thinking like, oh, this person is very pretty. You know, like there's always like some type of lust. You know, but these people in their religion, they're able to suppress that lust for their God, because their God is like their church doctrinates that it's bad to feel those things.
True.
That it's unholy, it's sinful,
Sinful.
crazy. Oh, dude, because I saw the weirdest movie a while back with Salma, and I just saw like everything wrong with for that movie. It's called Midsummer.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. That thing where it looks like they're at camp. Yeah, right.
The movie
it didn't
is
catch.
hella creepy, dude.
I heard it was really creepy, but it just didn't catch my attention, so I didn't watch it.
Look, bro, you're not missing out on a movie, but honestly, I thought the movie was pretty interesting. I finished it, and I was like, okay, bro, what the hell did I just watch? But after, kind of rewatching it through everything wrong with, like, you see that the movie is not all that bad. You know, like, there's, like, some very, like, kind of genius things put in between the movie.
Genius?
Like, yeah, you would have to watch it and then, like, rewatch it again.
Oh.
You know, like, the movie's actually pretty decent. You know, because when I saw it the first time, I was like, okay, now this movie's fucking weird. But if you look at it again, it's like, oh, okay, you know what? This movie is not that bad, but it's very weird.
Like Hereditary. No?
Oh,
I've never seen that movie.
You never
that
seen
movie
it?
was all kinds of messed up. I still don't understand it.
What's it about?
I have no idea. I never watched it.
Oh,
Carla?
It's I don't even know how to explain it to you. That's how messed up it was. It was just
damn.
like this girl who like was passed down a curse or something like that, and then just weird, crazy shit happens at the end, and they're somehow in a cult or whatever. I don't know.
well, it's like It Follows. You know,
Or Paranormal Activity.
a lot of people really like It Follows.
I hated that movie.
Yeah, that movie sucks.
The movie sucked.
You know, I thought it was just me, you know?
No, we all talked the shit about it.
Yeah, but like after that, like not too long ago, I looked up reviews for It Follows, and people think it's a genius movie. And I'm just like, what are you talking about? How is this in any way a genius movie? And then like you see them talking about it, it's something unique, you know, like something that's following you forever. How scary is that? And I was like, okay, yeah, but like nothing happens. You know, like it's gonna catch up to you eventually. It's like you know how you're gonna die.
Yeah.
You know, like I guess that's what's creepy, but I don't think the movie's really good.
But the way they, or whatever the fuck they were transferring to each other, whatever they did, like the only way you can transfer it to somebody else if you had sex with them. When then I thought about it, I was like, oh, they're probably doing something for STDs, like te mueres if you have sex with random people.
I mean, I guess, but like I guess it's also a way to bring people into a movie.
True.
Yeah.
You know, like look at every slasher flick ever. You know, what's the opening scene? Some cute blonde girl that's in half naked in the restroom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then a knife.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. It's just, I don't know. I just think it's pretty wild, like all the mysteries that surround our Earth. I think that's what we should rename this title of this podcast: "The Mysteries of Our Earth."
Oh yeah, I'm down for that.
Because I mean, we call it aliens and miscellaneous things. It's like, you know, yeah, but not really.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because like there's still so much we could talk about, bro. Like the Illuminati, like all of our wars. You know, it's like there's just so much to talk about, like about our planet. You know, I just feel like we would never finish. Because like I for one believe that artists do sell their souls to the devil for fame.
Oh yeah.
Do you know about the Club of 27?
No.
Nah, I think I've heard of it, but I don't know.
Yeah, look up the Club of 27. It's basically just a bunch of artists that all died at the age of 27.
Wasn't like, nah, I don't think Tupac and Biggie were part of it.
Nah.
No, right?
No.
About like they died like some type of medical or like by suicide or something like that. Yeah.
Oh, Robert Johnson. He was the guy that sold his soul to the devil. He was
He's the one that basically
musician.
started the Crossroads.
Yeah, yeah.
Just like from
Crossroads.
Supernatural.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like that.
Mm-hmm.
Shit's clean. Have you seen the movie for it?
Yeah.
I like that one.
Yeah, like I believe in that stuff, you know? Like if you can pray to God, and not when like this isn't a jab at like religious people or anything, but it's like think about it, bro. If you believe in praying to God for results, why wouldn't offering something to a devil or a demon work the same way?
There are people who claim to work with demons.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, like what was that guy's name? Aleister Crowley.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That dude was a big time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's one of the strongest demons in the underworld.
Mm-hmm.
Like not just in Supernatural, but like in like the I forgot what the book was called. I don't remember what that book is called, but there's a book on demons, and like Crowley's name is, it's up there.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Deep. Have you heard the story? Like I think that because he was like he did like some type of ritual at like I think the last house he owned, and like somewhere in the UK.
Mm-mm.
But supposedly he was known to like start rituals and never finish them. So he said that like the last ritual he did, it was like a really big ritual that he just never finished, and that's like, and supposedly that's the reason like a lot of bad things happen.
Imagine God. If it was that simple.
I know, right?
Yeah, dude. Like even like big companies like Monster, like I mean, it's obviously a publicity stunt, but like, let's just say it's not.
Are you talking about
The M on the monster?
cross?
I don't know what language it is.
It's
but
Hebrew.
Yeah, it's a Hebrew.
Number 6.
Yeah, for 6.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's 666. Unleash the beast. Wow.
And then the what is it? The monster, like the sign. You know how it has the O and then like como se mira como un cross.
Mm-hmm.
Supposedly, when you drink it, it's
Yeah, you're doing like
the
a
upside down cross, which I've heard isn't necessarily connected to being a bad thing because I
No.
think it's the cross of Saint Peter or something. Like
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
that, right?
It's because some movies get it wrong, you know? Like, it's because, in theory, an upside cross isn't a sign for anything demonic. You know, it's like you said, it's the cross of St. Peter.
Yeah.
But it's like, in movies, are just like, okay, no, you put the cross, and then you turn it upside down, it's a respect.
Mm-hmm.
It's a disrespect, right? And that's why, like, the upside down cross is viewed like demonic, you know? But it's not really like that, you know? Also, the Coca-Cola sign has 3 6s in it.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Really?
Hey, pull up a picture.
Yeah, just pull a picture. Go chat. I'm over here to start drawing shit in the air.
Okay, so 1,
Mm-hmm.
2, 3. Okay, well, let me.
Oh, I see it. That's it.
Mm.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Huh.
Oh, you didn't know that?
No, I've never heard of that one.
Yeah, there's a lot of. Kellogg's, too.
Not Kellogg's.
Oh, I see it.
Oh, yeah. Dang, that's crazy.
There's a whole bunch, dude. Like, we can just put, like.
I think Disney has one too,
Mhm.
right? Yeah,
I think so.
I've seen the Disney one. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Man, it's not even considered a 6. The bitch is backwards.
It makes it subliminal.
Oh, okay.
That's what it's
I
called,
guess.
subliminal.
Yeah, subliminal messages.
I believe in subliminal.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. You're looking at it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like sometimes when I see a beer, I just want to drink it. No way, so that's
It was like when I see you, I want to kick you.
Yeah, way, yeah. Yeah, no way.
Yeah, dude. I mean, okay. Yeah, dude. I mean, it's like I'm telling you, there's so many mysteries in our planet. We just
Yeah.
like the Illuminati, subliminal messages, everything, everywhere. It's so fucking interesting.
And we're not even gonna live long enough to, like, eventually, or at least people will eventually figure them out.
You think the apocalypse is like Among Us?
It's already here. Yeah. I think so.
I
All the
don't know.
wars and
Have you heard of the?
famine.
Well, yeah, that's what I was gonna talk about. The four horsemen.
The four horsemen of
Mhm.
the apocalypse. It's like famine, death,
Pestilence,
pestilence,
and war.
Mm-hmm.
War.
Ukraine.
We got a
Russia.
war. We always got wars
Yeah.
going on.
Probably.
Pestilence. We have COVID.
Yep.
Death comes with pestilence.
And war. Just
We're
everything.
just missing famine, and we're
There's
getting there.
always famine,
Inflation.
Oh, you're talking about inflation. I was talking about like well, there's always famine. Like you have to like.
Yeah, I mean, of
that's
course.
true,
people
too,
like
yeah.
in like Africa and like and
I don't count
like,
the U.S. I feel like a lot of people that are begging for money in the freeways could be working. You know, because like if there's something I have to say about the U.S. is that regardless of like what people feel about this country, there's always an opportunity for work
Yeah,
everywhere.
For sure.
Yeah, you're not gonna make billions and billions, but like you always have an opportunity to work somewhere.
facts, big facts.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. It's crazy. It's crazy out there.
All right, guys.
Well, close it. You said you already said all right, guys.
All right, guys. Well, I guess that's going to be it for today's episode on Aliens and Miscellaneous. I'm your co-host, Alex Eliamchu.
Yes, sir, Huicho, and it wasn't aliens and miscellaneous things, the mysteries of our Earth.
Aliens and Miscellaneous.
Aliens and miscellaneous.
Well, yeah, it's me, Huicho, and...
This is me, Carla.
And
Y esto fue la hora spooky.
Ooh.